2021. That's far back, and that phone still shines even in this year. And that phone is none other than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I mean, you guys can attest to it by now. That phone set the stage for many of the Pro exclusive features you guys know and love. The display that comes with 13 Pro Max is truly incredible. It would make you not really want to look for a better display. And why is that? The 120Hz of Pro Motion you get is very exact with what you get on the 14, 15 and 16 Pro Max, except for one key feature, the ability to dial back down to 1 Hz to save battery. But then as far as like usability is concerned, they all perform exactly similarly the same. Using iOS on every single iPhone with promotion so far is exactly the same, so you have nothing to worry about. The second reason has to do with the brightness. You get 1000 nits of high brightness mode brightness on every single device. Yeah, you only get the 1600 nits on the 14 Pro and upwards with HDR, as well as 2000 nits peak brightness. But as far as indoor SDR brightness is concerned, you get 1000 nits on all the Pro iPhones from 13 Pro upwards. Where you might be lacking has to do with dynamic island and the bezels. The bezels aren't as slim on the 13 Pro or Pro Max as they are on the 15 and 16 Pro Max. But then who really cares about that? I mean, we have good enough screen to body ratio for a 2021 flagship device. I mean, that's the point. Let's factor in the fact that the phone is quite old already. If it's your first time, you need to see how the 13 Pro Max handles HDR content. It is incredible. I'm telling you, a Samsung, the newest Samsung, can't even handle 10 bits color properly. Yeah, they have it in the software, but the hardware itself doesn't handle it properly. It's not by PPI or pixel density. Samsung has no support for Dolby Vision, and thus I can tell you with full confidence that a 13 Pro Max will handle HDR video far better than an S25 Ultra. Like it or not, argue with the device. What's an iPhone without the speaker? There was a day we had to disassemble this loudspeaker, and I was able to survive with the earpiece speaker for a whole night, and I barely even noticed anything was different. Trust me, I'm telling you, like, I was there when they took this out, but like when I was using this, I was playing music, I was watching Instagram reels, and I forgot. And you know the reason for that? Like on the 13 series and upwards, there's this improvement Apple made when they decided to shift the speaker from here to like the top of the phone, that little gap there. The speakers are a lot clearer, a lot louder. Yeah, so you have like nothing to fear when it comes to speaker quality. In my opinion, I would even say like the speakers on 13 Pro Max are better than what you get on the S23 and S24 Ultra. I'm not so sure about the latest Samsung, yeah, but I can speak for 23 and 24 Ultras. When Apple brought 120Hz support, they didn't just do like Samsung that brought it by mouth and just making the UI 120Hz and a few lightweight games. Apple took it very further. I mean, for a first gen promotion device, Call of Duty Mobile 120Hz, Brawl Stars 120Hz, Farlight 84, a shooter game like Call of Duty, kind of Fortnite-ish. I don't know if you guys know the game anyways. 120Hz. There are many games that are heavy duty that play at 120Hz sustainably, smoothly with Wi-Fi anyways. Don't try 5G on that, it's going to blow up your phone. But the point is that they play at 120Hz. Samsung just brought that, but then PUBG barely 60 FPS, same with Genshin Impact. Okay, that's 60 FPS across the whole board. But then Call of Duty mostly plays at 90 FPS on most Samsung devices. So as far as like software enhancements for gaming and promotion and all that's concerned, and that tells you like how powerful the A15 GPU is, because for a first gen promotion phone, it actually does support the 120Hz well. I play Call of Duty, I have ranked to legendary many times. I can tell you this from experience. If gaming wasn't good enough, the battery is crazy on this phone. If I carry a 13 Pro Max 100% battery health, a 14 Pro Max 100% battery health, and a 15 Pro Max 100% battery health, the 13 Pro Max will come second, the 14 Pro Max will come last, and the 15 Pro Max will come first. But then the 15 Pro Max and 13 Pro Max have a very little gap in battery life. Yeah, I know that, and you guys know that as well. I mean, look at the milliampere hours, very similar across the board. An average of plus 300 milliampere hours on the three devices. It's only the 16 Pro Max that took it a bit further, and combined with the efficiency of the A18 Pro, it lasts like an hour or two longer. But then 13 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max, 15 Pro Max expects similar battery life across the whole board. That tells you how good 13 Pro Max's battery is for it to fight and possibly destroy two iPhones above its league. And speaking of battery, I replaced mine with an aftermarket battery, and I'm going to have to talk about that in another video. Like, you guys need to know something about aftermarket batteries in comparison to Apple's battery. Like, there is something fishy going on. That's a topic for another day anyways. The Geekbench C scores are solid. Same can be said for Antutu Benchmark and 3D Mark. I mean, like, you can't really go wrong there. The single core, multi-core, still enough to get you through your whole day and everything you need. Yeah, I know we have better on the A18, A17, A16 Bionic, stuff like that, but like, you get plenty enough performance. Look at Antutu 1300. That's not so far from the best score you have on 16 Pro Max. That tells you that the GPU is still powerful and can give and trade blows. Where you lag though is ray tracing. Yeah, the A15 Bionic has no support for hardware enhanced or enabled ray tracing, but you have ProRes encoders and decoders here. That's nice. I mean, one thing I've noticed about 13 Pro Max is that despite its age, it has this way of cooling itself. When I pressure it and make the phone hot, it cools itself back down, just like an Apple Silicon MacBook Air that's fanless. It has that kind of behavior. You know, like iPhones, their screens dim when you like pressure them and thermal throttle them with high performance load. Exactly. While still using the phone, after a while, the screen brightens up to tell you that, yeah, the thermal load has come down a bit. I can't really say the same about Samsung phones. In most cases, you have to like keep them down and keep them aside for them to cool, but 13 Pro Max does that and it's decent. I don't really have samples here, but I can tell you that this video you're watching was shot at 1080p 30 with cinematic mode. Exactly. And it's nice, as you can tell. Yeah, not much color grading done. Nothing at all. I just like threw it into Final Cut Pro and rendered it out. You have macro, you have ProRes, you have ProRAW, you have stuff like that. So this phone still has many of those features that seem kind of exclusive to the rich iPhone users. Exactly. Yeah, the selfie camera is not close to 14 series selfie camera. You have way better results when you use a 14 series selfie camera. You can just tell it's white and black. It is so good. If you want a good selfie camera, a 14 and above is plenty enough. 13 Pro Max got the back camera right, but then the selfie camera is crap in my opinion. I mean, from what I've seen better. Same goes for 12 megapixels. I mean, we have 48 megapixels now. That's the only shortcoming, but 12 megapixels is still good. I'm just saying that we have better now. Yeah, so like, anyways though, the camera is awesome. You can see the results. Like, we are literally looking at the results. I am, and you are. Something else I don't like about the phone is the weight. It's quite heavy, yeah, even for me that's used to it. I mean, look at this iPhone 12. It's like a paper compared to 13 Pro Max. So you might want to consider, like, if you don't really care about Pro phones, you can consider like a regular 13 or a 14 because of that extra RAM you get there, or like a 15 or a 15 Pro. Yeah, 14 Pro Max is also as heavy. You don't want to get that if you're looking for like lightweight, compact stuff like that. But if you don't really care about the weight, then I'll say 13 Pro Max is still very good. Yeah, there is nothing about that phone I have a problem with. It's excellent. It's awesome. It has so much to offer for the kind of deals you should be able to get on this phone. For like, since it's old, you can get deals on it.